Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Champs Are Lost, the podcast where you just chat shit about wrestling. I'm your host, Andrew. I'm joined by my co-host, Lee. How are you, mate?
Oh, you look as if you just want the world to swallow you up, mate.
I wanted to give the intro the same pizzazz as the AEW Revolution finale. I think I busted it.
Yeah, you fucking deadpan that, mate. Well done, because you caused me and I said well done, because I was not expecting it.
I did have that planned since probably at least Wednesday. so I'm happy with that. That worked well. I'm actually in a reasonably good mood. I'll be quite excited to come back on and do this. It is helped with the fact that we do have a special guest for this evening. After many tries of trying to get him on here, not just in the past half an hour through technical difficulties, just trying to get him on it. We were joined today by my colleague, Sully. How are you, sir?
Evening, boys. Yeah, not too bad, Andrew. How about yourself, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. As you know, it's been a long week at work, so I'm happy that 5 o'clock arrived, and here we are.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty sad seeing everyone log off. In fact, so I was like, "Oh, here's one logging off. Here's another log off. Oh, yeah, Andrew's now logging off, and I'm still here."
I forgot it was still there. I forgot it was still on. Yeah. I just logged off. I didn't even say bye to him. I'd text Lee when he finished to say, "See you, mate. I'll speak to you later." Forgot about the person I actually work with. It's shocking, really. Oh, Jesus. Right. Well, what we actually watched this week? We all managed to catch Revolution. Seems big talking point of the week.
Watch Revolution. Enjoy. Gonna say enjoyed it. It was above average, and nothing to do in the ending.
Yeah, I mean, we're all. I think the jokes and the comments have been made about that ending. We all know it was awful. Like it didn't work. But the show itself, yeah, I enjoyed it. There were some sticky moments, some okay moments, but that's what you're going to get when you've got a pay-per-view that's nearly 4 hours.
3 hours 42, mate.
Well, exactly. So it's always going to be tricky to keep that going for that time, man.
Also, the ladder match, when I was literally grabbing the brass ring, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. I was like, who's the Sonic mark in the back? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't think that was great. The fact it was literally a brass ring, but it's a good ladder match.
Was it? I enjoyed the Penta Cody storyline which come out of it, to be fair.
Which is the reason why, Lee, I didn't pick either of those two gentlemen to win.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you book Penta versus Cody going forwards as well?
Didn't need to, just need to pick Scorpio Sky winning as one of my 9 correct picks of the evening.
Yeah, here we go. Done. Yeah.
I'm going to milk this.
Your theory behind it was mad as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty much. I saw him get a push on an episode of Dark, probably at least a month, maybe 6 weeks ago. And I thought, yeah, he's all right. And there he is.
Yeah, he's all right, he is. Yeah. Just let him win that brass ring.
On the show that Taz commentates.
Sully, we've got one rule on this show. That is, you never slate Taz's commentary.
Never.
Oh, that's a positive reinforcement. That was. Taz is amazing.
Good.
I'm just scrolling through my notes for that just to see if I've written anything down. I think I have probably written something that he said down. There's always something. There's always one a week where you go, "Yeah, that's a Taz line." Actually, yes, I do, and it's lovely.
That's good because I've got nothing.
I know you text me. It's always nice when you text me late at night going, "How many notes have you made?" I've gone, "Don't worry, I've watched 3 episodes of SmackDown." So, yeah. 2003 2003 SmackDowns. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah.
I can't believe I got you watching them.
Needed to. Funny shit. some funny shit that came out of that. It was brilliant. Anything happen on Raw? I've not really seen that much. I read some results, nothing major.
Lashley retained against The Miz. Peyton Royce cut a fucking amazing promo on Raw Talk.
You did send that video. Did see it. Loved it.
Oscar's out with a concussion. Don't know whether she's going to make Mania.
Would they have booked her on there anyway?
Yeah, because, Charlotte needs to do something.
True.
Yeah. I presume they're now just going to write her off, vacate the belt, either give it to Charlotte like they did Triple H in 2002.
Standard.
Or just, or have Charlotte decimate the rest of the roster. Either or.
No.
Do any of you guys actually remember the last time Asuka defended her title?
I could probably tell you who was the 24/7 champ more than I could tell you last time Oscar actually had a singles match, let alone like for the title.
Was it? It was about October time, I think. I think it was before Survivor Series.
Okay. So a Night of Champions.
Because she was in the TLC tag match at TLC.
Sure.
Rumble.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
She lost the tag titles, didn't she?
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
She had to win those tag titles as well with Charlotte for no reason. And we will come back to those tag titles soon enough because, I'll be salty Thursday. But carry on.
Charlotte needed a belt, so I don't get your point of why didn't I do that. Charlotte needed a belt.
Sorry, yes, she needed a compliment.
Something shiny.
She's been away too long. People might have forgotten her. Let's give her a belt.
So NXT, wild book show.
NXT, I was salty. Could you guess where I was salty then, Lee? Because you said you could probably think about it. I have some hot takes.
From my perspective, I didn't like Dakota Kai and Gonzalez just being given the belts.
Okay.
I then didn't like it even more when they lost said belts later on in the show.
Yep.
Why didn't they just have a match for the belts?
Yep.
And then if Shotzi and Ember won, cool, fine. Instead, you've got two title holders in one night.
Yeah.
And I like long-term booking, so fuck you.
Now, let me see if you guys agree if this would be a better way to just book the women's division as it is right now. So, obviously how the belts apparently can be defended anywhere, on any brand, whatever, which I still think is a cool idea. Because, to be honest, there aren't that many tag teams, So it does work, but I've got no problems with it. So I don't really understand why NXT then need tag titles. They don't need them. I still don't think there are enough tag belts there. They can go on about how they've got enough talent, and I think they do, but not for tag teams. You're just making them for the sake of it. What I think would have been better, leave it as it was. Sure, I'm going to go off on a tangent and say that Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez should have beaten Baszler and the other one, Nia Jax, even if it was like at some point, right? Because they're not really a team. Like Shayna should be doing single stuff. They could actually have like a proper run on Raw. That'd be fine, especially as Asuka's out. But instead of that, why not have like an equivalent North American title? So have a secondary belt, have like a mid-card belt for the women on NXT. That could work. There's a lot of mid-card talent there. They could easily do that.
I'm just not a fan of mid-card.
I think where there is a lot of like mid-card talent,
use on the North American belt.
Say again, sorry.
Go on, Sully.
You first, mate. Sorry, carry on.
No, I'm just going off on my my weekly rant about the North American belt and how much I can't stand it. And yeah. Who is a North American champion?
Who knows?
Johnny Gargano, man.
Yeah.
Is it Gargano?
Yeah. That is the way.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yes.
I just presumed it was Austin Theory because just rips off his t-shirt every week now. It's like a modern day Hulk Hogan. He's a slightly better worker, Andrew. Before you say anything,
for sure he is. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But no, yeah, I don't think they needed those tag belts, and then yeah, in the way they booked that whole debacle was shocking. The only good thing that came out of it was then for Io Shirai to rock up after retaining, going, "I want you next" to Raquel. I was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll watch that. Let's do it."
Yeah, but they still could have done the exact same spot.
I know.
If they just had just a general tag match and gone, since you two were in the final, you two can be the first to have a crack at the belts.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. They don't. Stupid.
The next pressing issue I need to talk about on NXT, which I've not mentioned in text, Kyle O'Reilly's new look.
That's so funny.
It kind of looks like a modern day version of Triple H.
Okay, like a grungier version.
Yeah, but he's still rocking a double denim.
He was. It was a lot of denim.
It's like he's been looking at Triple H in 2002, 2003 going, I need that similar look.
If he shows up with a sledgehammer in a couple of weeks, you know it's game on.
Yeah, I reckon that might actually happen, to be fair. Sounds a good chance. The way the story's going. And then the other thing I need to ask you both, Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross. We all in on that?
Yeah, definitely.
But
it's the match. It's the match that needed to have happened. I suppose we're all waiting for him to come back from his injury. I think we're all just probably a bit surprised it's not happened sooner. Or well, I am anyway.
I think NXT are lucky that they've got a lot of talent, so they've probably been able to get away with it. They've been able to give him a couple of other storylines to keep him out of it. But now we're into Mania season, and Standard Deliver is 2 nights for NXT. That match just has to happen. That's going to be your main event Thursday night.
Yeah. According to internet rumours as well.
You mean Greg?
No. Greg's not even mentioned this, to be fair. Walter versus Ciampa's probably going to be a thing.
Wow. Okay.
At TakeOver Stand and Deliver.
Okay. For the title?
Yeah, for the title.
This?
Apparently it's Walter's big announcement next week on NXT UK.
Okay, well, we shall see.
Nice.
Also, a very nice segue into NXT UK. Not a lot happened, but honest.
Fuck all happened, mate.
Yeah, had the debut of Tia Man, otherwise known as Lucky Kid.
Yep, great ring gear.
Sweet ring gear. Imagine having to make that on the fly with about 24 hours notice. Must have been difficult.
Must have been insane, but whoever made it did a fantastic
job. Mate, they've got some skills, whoever made that. To be honest, we could probably give a shout out. It's Empress Pro Gear. Go check them out. That'd be awesome. Got more followers than us on most social channels, so please go check them out.
If anything, we need it the other way around, to be fair.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Right, well, really, so the reason we got you on this week is apparently Lee gave you some homework and asked you to watch Royal Rumble 2003. As that is where we are at. Have you seen it? Did you do it?
Yes, I did. Completed it earlier on this evening. So yeah, completed and really fresh in the memory, in fact.
Excellent. That's, to be fair, this is why I tend to spend my Thursdays just watching wrestling, so I have it ready for the next day. The usual spoiler alert. As much as I like to have kayfabe, we record this most Fridays. Now, Lee, would you like me to give the sort of precursor to the whole evening, or would you like to wait till that relevant segment and then just let me talk for probably about 10-15 minutes?
Me and Sully have had this discussion yesterday. We're pretty much just going to give you the floor when it gets to that segment of the show.
Brilliant. That's fine. That is no problem. In that case, I will start with the usual. This Royal Rumble takes place at the Fleet Centre, which is now known as the TD Garden in Boston, home of the Boston Celtics. That's basketball for you, Lee, in case you didn't know that one. It might also be the home of the Boston Bruins. I think they're the ice hockey team, just in case for you, Lee.
Cheers,
it's cool. It's cool. I don't have any interesting facts about the stadium, though, because I've not been there. The Reds have been to the town of Boston. That's all I know.
These opening gambits are getting fucking worse, mate. You need to keep going.
You need to visit more arenas, mate. That's what you need to do.
I know. The fact that, unfortunately, when I started this, it happened to be somewhere that was quite interesting, that I found a good fact on. I thought, I'll keep this going. Turns out the rest of the arena is quite boring, especially when they get to Little Rock, Arkansas. Jesus, there's nothing happens there. However, I did like that the whole show was sponsored by PlayStation 2. That was nice little nostalgia for me. I was like,
that made me feel so old.
Is it going, oh yeah, this is probably the reason why I got one.
Sully barely knows what a PS2 is.
No, he has one.
So yeah, that was like my first ever console. In fact, well, I used to have a few beforehand, or I think it's called like a Mega Drive, but I never had any games except for something that was pre-installed into it. So I'm guessing Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah. So
you had an AEW ladder match. Was that what you had?
That's exactly it. All 16 bits.
It's always I've played that. Yeah, because when lockdown is over, I am definitely going to ask Sully if I could possibly borrow his PlayStation 2, as the one that you brought round, Lee, we broke after one night. So we're going to have another attempt at it.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to it. It's still stuck somewhere in wardrobe number 3, so yeah, more than welcome to have it, mate.
Excellent. So the evening starts with Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. Now, okay, I sort of kind of answered my own question. So the winner got the 30th spot in the Rumble, but by that they meant they got the final spot. As in, they got there's 29 people there. We need a number 30. That would be the spot. It doesn't mean you're coming out at 30, and I've only just realised that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the winner enters a Rumble.
Yes.
That's all it was.
Yes. But the way they told you it was like you're going to be the 30th. So, yeah, okay.
No,
cool,
they botched it.
Yeah. It's WWE. Sorry, yeah. No, it is, yeah. Get the F out of here. It's WWE from 2003. So, yeah, they're going to botch a lot of shit. I thought it was a nice, easy back and forth bollocks, but just basically made Brock look good. There wasn't really much to the match because, they got an hour-long Rumble later on. So not really going to be asked with a lot of the other matches.
Also, going back to was it the Survivor Series when I had a match? You don't want to see these two work more than 10 minutes.
God, no. God.
I mean, Big Show's ring guitar is even off-putting as well.
Yeah.
Just big guy trousers.
He's wearing overalls. I reckon they are dungarees, but with the breeches chopped off. Yeah. I think that's what they are.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, his outfit. I just looked at him and I thought, what a fucking state. I was like, oh god. I forget as well that in this era he still had hair, and it just looks so strange. It looks so strange. He looks so young, but then he looks so old as well because of how big he was back then.
Yeah, I can't fathom the guy.
Still a terrible worker back then as well.
Absolute dog shit.
His
best work's always before a wrestling match when he's running rope to rope, warming up. The rest of his matches are dog shit.
In fairness, that's probably the best work in the ring ropes. They're going to get any more of a workout than that.
Yeah.
But the lads who put the ring up are just looking at him going, well, thank God he's gone on first and I've survived, so I think we're okay for the rest of the evening. Spoiler alert, Brock wins. Who cares, man?
The next segment, Terry interviewing Jericho. Fuck me, her voice is irritating as fuck.
If I'm honest, I didn't really bother making notes for that. I was just like, yeah, let's talk to Jericho. Wicked.
It's a good heel promo, but her voice, oh my no.
I just like the fact that he comes in and goes, oh, I wanted the number one spot, but Sean stole that, but I'm still coming out at number 2. And the classic old adage, is you'll still come out at the same time. Like 1 and 2, you start at the same time. But it's always just, you want that number 1. Yeah, I still love that. That then moves us on. To be honest, I was confused again. The Dudley Boys versus Regal and Lance Storm. And Regal and Lance Storm are now champs. So to try and work out the timeline again, so Booker T and Goldust won the title at Armageddon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing. Booker just on that live mic straight after going, yeah, I've won. Booker! Going mad. And going, don't worry, Goldust, you're not just a spare part here. Somehow they lost their titles again in between this pay-per-view because Regal is now champ. Regal's ring gear is still wank, even though it now matches that of Lance Storm, so they look like a tag team. It's fine. I don't know who designs his trunks, but they are just fucking terrible. What's with the weird blue stripes down the man, they don't work. It's so bad. And also, just Lance Storm cut his own hair. What was with his hair? His hair looks like my hair, and I don't have to cut my own hair. It was terrible. I couldn't get over it.
I need to get a picture of you and Lance Storm.
I think you might be the same
and then
thing.
put that together.
I do need to attempt to cut my own hair again, Lee, so give me about a week. You get a picture of Lance Storm from that era, we'll put them together. I reckon it's going to be similar.
Because now that you've said it, I can see it.
Right? And of course, it all ended with yet another title change. Because it wouldn't be 2002-2003 without a good old-fashioned title change at a pay-per-view. Oh my word.
Did you notice what Bubba Ray Dudley screamed in the ring? Did you pick up on it this week?
Enlighten me. I may have done, but didn't write down.
He screamed, I believe, at Lance Storm, which made no sense. Oi, you bloody wanker, in a shite UK accent.
Oh, okay.
I heard that.
Well, I need to start paying attention to Bubba Ray.
So, Bubba Ray
just show?
Yeah, he doesn't stop. He just shouts all the way through, and he's just swearing. He's swearing at the rates that you hear the wrestlers in the New Japan show. He's amazing at it. He just does it all the time.
Okay, I'm going to have to start just turning the volume up when he's on now. Yet again, there was some stupid, convoluted finish with some brass knucks. Not brass knuckles, brass knucks. I've never heard the word knucks, not then followed by and crannies so many times that I did it during that pay-per-view. It was insane. I swear every sentence for about 5 minutes was, oh man, get those brass knucks. They got those knucks out. And I was going, what the hell is he on about? It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So I actually remember the backstory to this.
Brilliant.
And
I assume it's just because Regal is from England and we use brass knuckles, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much. But he just kept using them for about a 6-week period where he just kept knocking people out. And they could never catch him because he was
always undetected, isn't it?
And so yeah, he got his comeuppance against the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, it was weird. Who the hell came out during that match? There's like someone ran out. I don't know who it was.
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay, there was just an unidentified man for me that ran out.
Sully, any ideas?
No, I can't recall. The only thing that I can think about in that match was Devon's really bright trousers. That's the only thing I can recall now from that match, other than the finish itself as well. Also, the finish. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Regal didn't actually get hit with the knuckle dusters, did he? Or sorry, the brass knucks, did he? It was Lance, wasn't it, that got hit in the end? I'm pretty sure it was Lance.
Wasn't. It was Andy's boy Lance Storm.
It was because
okay.
Regal took the 3D, and that's what made him drop the brass knucks.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Devon picked him up, smacked Lance Storm, who was the legal man, whilst the ref obviously didn't see, then got the pin. No, so it all makes sense. It's just the crazy, his start change. And I assume by the time we watch No Way Out, someone else will be champ, and I'll be there going, who the hell was champ last time? So
right. Yeah. So I'm going to wax lyrical about the next segment, Andrew, because you're going to have a lot to say on the next one. But the next segment is a Nathan Jones promo.
The Colossus of Bucko Road.
Andy's there going, who the fuck is this dude? I messaged Sully going, Nathan Jones. Sully popped. Because I thought he was going to be the biggest star ever at the time. Like, those little vignettes, they push them to the moon.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the man. That was basically how he was pushed. All the vignettes, all the promo, not the promos, the vignettes. You're right. And then, actually, we can't really speak about the future too much, can we? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
He's had
so don't
something
give too much away from future pods.
Okay, he has also had some vignettes during the SmackDowns that I've seen as well. So I was aware, but I generally don't really know who Nathan Jones is.
Trust me, you'll forget about him within 3 weeks.
Amazing, that's all I need.
at that, yeah.
He was built to the moon, and it never quite worked, and I'm still quite sad about it to this day, to be honest.
Do you ever remember what actually happened? Yeah.
He just gave up and hated wrestling, but he did star in a WWE film with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vinnie Jones, and the name is escaping me.
It wasn't the Chaperone, was it? Oh no, it was all Triple H.
It wasn't the Chaperone. What was it? It was like Battle Royale, but shitter because it was WWE.
I think I know what you mean, but I can't recall the title. If we remember next week, I'll tell you.
Apparently, it's one of the better WWE films as well.
Oh, so, we'll watch it if you want then.
It's not the Chaperone or 12 rounds, but
To be honest, I do want to watch Chaperone again because it was fucking laughable.
I literally can't remember it.
Exactly.
Sully, have you ever watched it?
The Chaperone? Yes, I have. It was a very long time ago, but I definitely remember seeing it at least once or twice.
All I remember
is
it stars Triple H or Paul Levesque.
Yeah.
I think I want to say it was titled Paul Triple H Levesque.
Standard.
Yeah.
He was a star at the time.
He was. The woman who voices Lisa Simpson.
Nice. Marcy Cartwright?
No, that's Bart. I'll have to Google that a second. And Ariel Winter, the girl from Modern Family.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
It's a stellar cast.
It is. I can't believe it didn't make more money.
I can't see when I went wrong there, to be brutally honest with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. However, talking of good storytelling, Lee. Wow. Let me take you to January 2nd. And
Hang on. 2 seconds. Sully, you can just chill out for the next 20 minutes, I assume.
Yeah. I'm thinking
Just
I'm
sit
going to
back
go
and
downstairs,
enjoy
make
this.
myself a cuppa. Yeah.
Any old...
I put my phone down. Literally put my phone down.
Yeah, let me tell you about the budding love story of Al Wilson and Dawn Marie. So I believe we left it, I think, I can't remember now, at Armageddon, that, there'd been some hotel room escapades between Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson being the daughter of Al Wilson in real life, not just on television. A real thing. After all that, Al was like, yeah, still going to marry you. I got over that dismay. I was like, cool, Al, you do you. You live your best life, son. So on January 2nd, that wedding happened. Oh, it's me. The show opens with Dawn Marie announcing that during her wedding vows, she's going to take off her wedding dress. I'm going to get married in the nude. This is at the top of the show. The crowd are like, yeah, but what? Like, how on earth do you react to that? And in fact, someone's in the crowd, I'm like, yeah, right, yeah, let's see where this shit goes. This is television. I don't think you're going to be able to do it, but all right. It goes to the back where Steph just goes, yeah. Like, the wedding's on, but so is the dress. I'm like, I don't know who wrote that. It's a lame line, but you're right. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Probably Steph herself wrote that, to be fair.
No, someone else would have wrote it for her, but it's her delivery, isn't it? We've all seen her. We've all heard her on commentary. Oh, there she is. On that top rope. Oh, great. God, please, Lee, can we watch Evolution again? I just wanted to hear her during that battle royal stuff on it. And then it cuts to a Billy Kidman segment where he goes talk to Tori. To be honest, I encourage you to go check that bit out. Of all the stuff that happens in here, just check that out. His impression of Al and Dawn is absolutely class. It's genuinely funny. It was so good. I don't understand why the segment existed, other than the fact that maybe they heard that Billy Kidman could do an impression of them and went, hey, we can fill some time, crack on, son, you do that. At this point, by the way, nobody's actually invited to the wedding, so there's no witnesses or anything really, apart from, I suppose, the WWE universe. I don't know how that's necessarily legal, but fair enough. So,
of all the things to pick a fucking hole in, you pick that one.
There's more holes
in the arena.
We all know I'm going to break kayfabe. So then they arrive for the ceremony. Dawn Marie comes out in white. I'm like, yeah, cool. Al Wilson comes out. I don't know. I mean, trying to look like Napoleon Dynamite if he's gone on a Hawaiian vacation. Like, it's weird. Taz then gets his classic line of goes, I know why Al wanted to get married in New Mexico, because it's taking place in Albuquerque, by the way. It's the only place you can get a shirt like that. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Taz. You've ribbed him good and proper there. So Dawn Marie does take her dress off. She does as she says. She leaves her underwear one. It's fair enough. Again, it's live television. But instead, she then makes Al take his clothes off. And he's in relatively good shape. The big, massive white Y-fronts that he wears are hilarious. And Lee, I know I showed you the picture beforehand. And actually, I did also send it to Sully before the recording, just so he could understand what I meant by it. And so I finally got to play the game. But I text Lee and go, Lee. He goes, yes. Look at his dick. They have most definitely, and Sully, if you haven't noticed, go back to that picture I sent to you now and have a look at the dildo that they have definitely shoved down his trousers. Because how can you not notice it? Because there's no way that a man's penis stands in that way and would be that pronounced and just would lay there. No, that's not how the human anatomy works.
I'm just in the photo again. Oh my god!
Yeah. That's not his dick. It can't be his dick. Why would it be there? It's possible that it would be there.
Oh my god!
And now you know how closely I watch these shows.
Oh my god!
Because the whole time I was like, Jesus, how big is Al's dick? I looked at it and went, oh, that's not a real dick.
Oh wow. Tears.
You've got to stop looking at other dudes' junk now, man. And then telling me that you're looking at other dudes' junk.
Why can't a heterosexual man just see another heterosexual man's penis and go, have a look at that? I don't see the problem.
You go swimming way too much, mate.
Not in the past 10 months. Oh, Jesus. Basically, the wedding actually goes ahead without any problems. Tori doesn't come out. Nothing. No one tries to stop it. They both just get married in their underpants. Done. Al forgets his lines, so just goes, all that stuff. Yeah, all that jazz. I do. I went, solidly played out. They go to backstage where they're off to jump in their limo and ride away. And the Funaki's there. I'm like, what on earth? No, just outside, just before.
Uh-huh.
Again, why have they bloody made Funaki have to get involved in this nonsense?
Whoa. Funaki is SmackDown's #1 announcer.
I am aware, but still.
That's not on the job.
Still,
it's a big
no.
story, mate.
I know, but still, he doesn't deserve that. And he actually says, after Dawn's like, oh, we're going to get him. Oh, no. Sorry, it's Al who says it. He goes, because he's still nude, you know. He goes, I'm cold. Let me get in the car. Ooh, cold. Let me get in the car and warm you up. I was like, oh, Al, you sick bastard. And Funaki literally goes, oh, I shouldn't have to hear those things. Back to you at the desk. I'm like, Funaki, class, you've done it again. You can see why you're #1, son. So that was September. That was January 2nd. January 9th, they're on their honeymoon, and Al Wilson is a fucking animal. He is an animal. Jesus, he is an animal. Woof. Jesus. And I tell you, he's really loosened up as well. Because now, remember when he took his showers with all his clothes on, right? And we're like, why has he got all his clothes on in the shower? Now, can't keep his fucking clothes on. He's in some sort of dress every massive week. He's crazy. Like, Jesus, Al, put your clothes on. Absolutely bonkers. This has then set up a stepdaughter versus stepmother match at the Rumble. I'm like, all right, cool. What is awesome is then they cut to...
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Have you missed out a massive part of the story? Or are you getting to that point?
Oh, I don't think I'm there yet, mate.
Oh, good.
This is in order. Don't worry. No, don't you worry. We're still going here. It then cuts to Taz and Michael Cole just at ringside going, ha 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 ha. Oh, Al Michaels. Al Michaels. Jim Nance, Al Michaels. Al Wilson is a machine, you know, and they're laughing at a man who is dead. Who's dead. Because, yes, by this time, he's a little bit unresponsive. They cut back to him and I'm like, oh, this is a bit weird. They're all laughing and joking, but the Al Wilson's, he's bloody dead. And I reckon that they shocked him for real when they did the defibrillators, because I don't think Al's that good of an actor. So I think they legit went, and he went, because nothing in the previous weeks has told me that he knows that he could fake getting shocked. So yeah, so that was pretty sweet. But that actually all ended up is he was fucking dead. So Al Wilson bloody died. Bear in mind, this is not real life. Like, so what did they do? Like, did they just not have to talk about him ever again? It's baffling.
Just killed the storyline.
Yeah, well, obviously, because it went fucking nowhere anyway. So we'll get to when we get to the match. January 16th, because yes, they have to have the wake live on national television as well. All because Al apparently loves the public attention, so here is his wake. And then Al is literally in the fucking coffin. They have a segment where Dawn Marie talks to the camera for nearly 5 minutes, and then she opens a coffin, and Al is inside. He's been there the whole time. And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have done it live, so imagine how many takes they may have taken, and Al has just stood in there the whole time. It's bonkers.
Right. I'm laughing because it's funny, but also, Sully, you can't see this. Andy's losing his shit.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I've seen it on Zoom calls.
Yeah, the fact we can now do this with a video call, it set this up even better. And so that was cool. That was cool. The whole time I was there, I was going, you know what? I wish that I could have been an extra at that funeral home for that wake, man. I would love to have been in that audience. Because the shit that went down afterwards, I'd have been like Big E with that popcorn that time. Just like, do it. Dawn Marie smacks Tori Wilson with an actual lamp. She smashes her over the head while she's standing over the coffin of her supposed dead father and hits her with a lamp. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts. And apparently then...
You're right. You okay, mate?
I am.
Breathe.
How old do you think Al Wilson was?
57?
Sully?
I probably shouldn't answer because I just googled him. So
okay.
I actually know.
How quick's your maths? Considering it was 1941 to 2003 was his card on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he was 62 years of age. He was probably about 61, I guess, when they were sort of filming it. I'm going to say I don't know. Did he look older?
No,
Trying to think.
Yes.
He's about right.
Well, my own father is about 62, 63 now. So do you reckon my dad looks better or worse than Al Wilson?
Your dad looks better than Al Wilson.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So, yeah, 62. Sorry, go on, Sully, mate. Yeah?
But,
no, it's cool.
Also,
I was just thinking, carry on, Lee.
But also, has your dad ever been described as a machine, Andrew?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably. I can imagine he is. I mean, it's in the genes, isn't it? You know, my father likes son, so yeah, probably. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Good shit.
Fucking hell. So that then led to an actual match that was Dawn Marie versus Tori Wilson.
Oh, fuck, I forgot there was a match.
The fact that she came down in that little black veil genuinely made me laugh out loud. Like, genuinely, I was howling.
Yeah, so...
It was so good. Everything that Dawn Marie did in that whole time, honest to God, she went in 2 feet with it. Fair play to her. I thought she was fantastic. It was so funny. Because you can't have just done that half-hearted. That storyline was bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I thought she sold it really well. Honestly, she probably did not get enough praise for that storyline that she should have done. Having to do that shit. And then, I can't remember if it was Taz or whether it was Cole who said it. But, she managed to get the win, but she can't get her dad back. I'm like, Jesus! That's brutal.
That was Michael Cole.
Okay.
Taz couldn't put anything that eloquently.
No. And the whole match was 4 minutes. It went from minute 31 to minute 35. I checked. And that was it. So it was a 2-month based setup for this 4-minute match that was utter dog shite. And Tori Wilson won. So, yay, Tori Wilson. But in no way really mourned her father. Oh, mainly because he wasn't actually dead. He has since. He did die about 18 months ago. So, God rest his soul, Al Wilson. You are a true hero to us all. But,
would you like to hear my one sentence I have about this match?
Go for it, mate, because that was my hot take.
It was, ladies do better in the name of Al Wilson, because it was a fucking bollocks match.
Yeah, he deserved better, didn't he?
He kayfabe deserved better.
In fairness, though, they were emotionally spent. The love of their life and father, they could have been the same thing. I don't know how the storyline was going. Had just died. Would you be able to wrestle a match then? No. Exactly. So, got him some slack. All right.
Can we just move on from this?
Just one last thing. I couldn't believe it finished on a swinging neck breaker. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, when the ref counted 3, my face was like the person who was, and it's going to sound a bit crazy, he was in the crowd on the left-hand side, and he looked and he went, huh, is that already over? And he was like, what the hell's going on? And that was my exact reaction as well.
I don't think I was watching the screen at the time. I just heard the bell go and looked at it. Oh, off the neck breaker. Okay. Yeah, the ladies did not really have finishers at that time, I've learned, because like when Trish was winning with the Bulldog at times, and it was really badly done. I know it was supposed to be off the ropes as the Stratisfaction, whatever, but it wasn't this time. I was like, no one ever wins a Bulldog. So what I've learned is the ladies this time are not allowed finishers. They have 4 minutes to have a match. If they don't hit their finisher by that time, you just have the ref will count through. It will get to 4 minutes. Whatever move you've hit, we'll just go 3, you're done, get out. We need another 20 minutes of Stephanie McMahon and Eric Bischoff in the background.
If only I could do that in some fucking Triple H matches in 2002.
The gamer! Yeah, indeed. Then we just went to Eric and Steph, who both promised bombshells, sometimes atomic bombshells. Because Eric might be getting fired. They're not going to fire Steph. She's the company's owner's daughter. They ain't going to fire her, but Eric can go. He's expendable. I don't know if the bombshells are a longer story because nothing happens during the night. I don't think. That's how I missed.
Yeah,
said bombshell.
I can't remember anything. It must have happened on Raw or SmackDown. Sully, this is where you come in. Any idea what the bombshell was?
Yeah, do you remember what the bombshell was?
No. It's, no.
The title there said perfect.
Just, if it related to a certain time in the year 2000, probably, but yeah, no, 2003 is a bit too out of my memory scope for some reason. Yeah.
No chance with that. Then we had Sean O'Hare.
Once again,
what a man.
Great gimmick. Decent worker. I still don't get why this didn't work. Still don't understand it.
What was the gimmick though? Because I didn't think there was any money in that. It kind of felt like when the New Day started.
Yeah, it's like a reverse evangelical character, wasn't he? Like,
it's like a devil's advocate sort of thing.
Okay,
that's it.
It does get a bit of steam after WrestleMania, which, to be honest, we're not going to be covering at this point. So basically, Roddy Piper ends up being his manager.
Okay, interesting.
And then Piper gets himself sacked, and then O'Hare gets buried in the process. End of his career.
Cool.
Literally end of his career.
Cool.
Speaking of end of careers, we've got Scott Steiner up next.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can someone else talk first?
So, Triple H, Scott Steiner. This really is the start of the Triple H, I'm going to bury fucking everyone
I didn't mind this one though.
of life. Right, I really enjoyed, the vignette before we catch you up on the story. I love the pose down battle.
Okay.
Love that. Just battling the roids.
What I enjoyed is
who's taking most roids.
Why did he have definitely Steiner? Why did he have to strip Triple H to his underpants in that one? What contest was that one? You just seemed to just beat on him. And he goes, I'm going to take all his clothes off. I was like, what?
In memory of Al Wilson's build-up.
It was good enough for Al. Everyone's going to wrestle in tighty whities. Jesus.
But yeah, no, this match fucking sucked.
Yeah, Champ came up first as well. Why?
Never good.
Right.
You're Triple H. You quite fucking last.
Yeah, back in the day, Andrew, Scott Steiner used to be amazing. He then took too many roids and got too big and then forgot how to move. And it was shit. One other thing about this match is Earl Hebner gets too involved for my liking.
Mate.
Why is a referee trying to get himself over?
Earl Hebner is I honestly think he might be the worst ref. He's awful. He's really bad. I'm so glad that Mike Chioda is there. And Mike Chioda gets better matches now. So watch the rest of the pay-per-views. Mike Chioda seems to get more of the main events. Because Earl Hebner is a moron. I found.
Sully, what do you think of Earl Hebner?
He was a bit of a busy fucker, wasn't he? Like, he's just... He would get involved in everything. I mean, to be fair, at that point, when I was a kid, you'd enjoy it because, like, oh, this little midget's, like, deciding to push back against these big, beefy old men. But looking back at it now, it was very annoying. He's still refereeing AEW, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's still there.
Oh yes, Mia. Is he still being out of position? Or is he
slow counting?
or is he walking around like he's Aubrey Edwards? Get those lunges on. Just those weird limbs knocking about. God, I love Aubrey Edwards. Such a distracting match referee, but she's good. Just, I can't not look at her lunging around.
Can we stop talking about this Triple H fucking Steiner match?
Why? Because my note was this match went on about 15 minutes too long. So I want to talk about it for 15 minutes too long.
No, I want to talk about the actual great match next.
No, because... Yeah, right, then. Fine. I'll be salty about it to you off camera later.
Go on, Sully. What's your hot take?
On that match?
In general.
To be fair, I'm going to take you back through memory lane here. So, Monday Night Raw used to be on Sky Sports back in those days.
I thought you were going to say Monday Night Raw was on Sunday. Like, what?
I think filmed on a Friday. I think it used to show on a Friday night, and then SmackDown used to be on Sky One on the Saturday morning. But for those few months over Christmas, my dad would always get Sky Sports and Sky Movies for like the family and everything. So I remember watching those episodes of Raw, thinking, "What the bloody hell am I watching in comparison to SmackDown?" Even back then. Bear in mind, we've got Al Wilson on the other show as well at that point. But yeah, I remember. I remember the arm wrestling contest. I remember the whole the whole muscle showdown thing, whatever it was. One thing I remember as well from that is if you go back to that episode of Raw, you just got Ric Flair squeezing so much baby oil onto Triple H in one of the promos before it, and I'm like, this is amazing. Do you remember it, Lee?
Yes, I remember this. I actually thought that the pose down was actually in their Raw Rumble match. I didn't think they had an actual match until No Way Out.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that Johnson was like having some sort of product placement at that point because the amount of bottles that they had for that team was amazing. It was brilliant.
But did I also Johnsons and Johnsons? Incredible.
Pretty much. But yeah, also special mention of Scott Steiner's like thong decided to go on show right at the end of the match. I was like, what the bloody hell's going on here?
His purple thumb.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I think I checked out by then. I was probably too sus about the fact that it should have been a double count out, and they should have disqualified Scott Steiner before those disqualified trips. Like, it made no sense.
So, and it's pretty bad for Scott Steiner for the fact that during his time in WCW before that, and I was watching WCW a bit before it went down, him and Booker T were the main guys. He came into WWE during Survivor Series, wasn't it? That was his debut. And he literally peaked before he even got the mic. Like, his 4 words, "give me the fucking mic," or whatever he said, was the best thing he ever did in WWE. And it all went downhill from there. All went downhill. That's my hot take on Scott Steiner's whole WWE run. If he ever hears this, tell him that I love him because he's a fucking big guy and he might squeeze me into 2 pieces. Alright, cool.
Well, Sully's got a weird fetish for Scott Steiner. Always interesting.
Wants a bit of a squeezer from Scott Steiner. That's fine.
That's what I got.
In between those biceps.
Oh, Christ. Then, talking to the person you wouldn't want to get a squeezer from, here's Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle for you. So you go from having an absolute steaming turd of a match to, at least they're giving us Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. So,
which was probably 5 stars.
Yeah, I didn't even need the storyline to it. Like, just give me the match. I'm happy. I don't know what it was going in. Didn't really care. Boom, here's your match. Cool.
Yeah, well, I noticed Angle turned heel and sided with Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
and then got Benjamin and Charlie Haas's team Angle.
I like those guys as well. I thought that worked. I thought they all had the same gear, and I thought that was kind of cool.
It was a decent gimmick. Really did work. And then, but it was weird that Kurt Angle won the belt off Big Show, and then essentially sided with Big Show in the week after.
Yeah.
It was like, so they built Big Show up as this big monster, teaming him with Heyman, and then it was like Heyman got a better offer of Kurt Angle, and they're just kind of like, oh, see you later, Big Show. See you later, Paul.
Can't blame him. Whoa, which Paul?
Paul White.
Thank you. You got to determine which Paul now. I agreed with Taz during this match. As he said, there were no shenanigans, no tomfoolery, no outside interference. It's like, you know what, Taz? Fucking wasn't. I loved that. It was just a straight up match. Nothing. Like, yeah.
Did Taz say it that coherently?
Those were exact words.
Wow.
He knew the word tomfoolery. I had to write that down.
But yeah, amazing match.
I honestly thought it was probably about 2 minutes too long. If I'm being picky with it, I was like, all right, you don't need that many counters into it. Just have him tap. Like, all right, we get it, kind of thing.
I will kind of go as far as saying this is probably the best match we've watched since
Eddie.
since we've started watching the whole period of shows. Okay. My favourite match so far.
No, I can't remember if it was one with Eddie or there was one RVD match or something. It might be Eddie versus RVD actually. I can't remember. There was one other one that I remember being pretty sweet.
I want to say they had like 2 pay-per-views in a row where they just absolutely killed it right at the start of your story arc here, didn't they?
Yeah. I think there was something around there that was really good. But yeah, no, you couldn't have asked for a better match you're going to have just before you're going to have your Rumble. Really, I thought it was quite a good way to do it. But then talking about RVD, because they went to Kane and RVD talk about Rumble. Were they a tag? When were they a tag team? Like, I'm pretty sure last time we spoke, it was Kane and Hurricane, and I was like, that's such lazy booking because it's insane. Then when did he tag with RVD? Why weren't they champions? Like everyone else?
I'm not 100% sure how they got together, but I know RVD's a big part in Kane becoming unmasked, which happens at some point in 2003. I think.
Yeah, you're right. So it was, I want to say it was a couple of months after Mania. It was unmasked during the Summer of Mania. I think the stipulation was a world title match against the Gamer Triple H. So I'm never going to try and do his voice ever again. But yeah, so it was you win the title or you have to take off your mask. At which point, Kane decided to do that half-shaven head thing and
I remember.
Weren't make what it says. Yeah,
and then probably
RVD
lost his sweet music.
That was it. But yeah, I think the thing that we remember about RVD straight after was that he basically got tombstoned by him, and then
he got destroyed for a couple of weeks.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Go
on. This promo was completely lost on me because I noticed RVD had a hole in his t-shirt, and that was literally the only thing. That was literally the only thing I noticed about the whole promo.
That's great. I like that I'm rubbing off on you now, and you are noticing random shit like that. So yeah, fair play. It's not quite a dildo in someone's underpants, but I'll give it you. That then brings us on to the Rumble, and I gotta say, before we go into the minutia of it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a thoroughly enjoyable Rumble. Real good fun.
I always thought in this time period, now we're known for being a little bit shit, so I was a bit dubious when watching it. But I did really enjoy this one, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was nicely paced.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 90 seconds, I swear they were genuine 90 seconds. That shit was fast, man. Like, they were coming in.
Did you not notice JR said you can literally time it at the start?
No.
He literally said something along the lines of you can set your clock to it.
Shit, okay. They wouldn't say that now.
No, they wouldn't say that now.
Someone's going to go out for about 5 minutes. You're going to go out in 30. Yeah. just send something say to Rado. Send another one out. Just send another one.
Send another one. Just been screaming at luchadors. That's the one I'm getting in my head now. Just send another one out.
Yeah, if Eric Rowan's not available, just send one of those. Send one of those lads in the mask. Send them. I don't know why he's from up north, but yeah, that was the impression I went. I enjoyed that HBK bleeds immediately, and then as I'm typing, bleeding immediately, he's getting thrown out of the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's a fucking swerve. Because he was a man who was one from number one.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. He wants to be number one again. And Jericho's like, fuck you, son. I'm going to do a Lesnar on you and just kick you straight out. I loved it. I think that was then when I was like, you know what? I mean, this works for me. It's a good Rumble.
Crystal Win.
Sorry,
Crystal Win came out at number 3. Didn't really do much. Just shitbag heel, avoiding the ring, fair play.
Yeah, standard.
Ray come out at number 4. Big pop.
Yes.
Massive pop. Yeah. Rumble debut as well.
Oh, that's
Edge come out at number 5, saving Ray because he's getting beat down. Crowd did not give a shit about him.
Also,
literally, I wanted him dead.
Yeah. You know, with Edge, some of these pay-per-views, it feels like are they swapping in terms of his entrance themes? Because I remember watching this pay-per-view when I first got the network 10 years ago, and I was half expecting to hear the Rob Zombie song. But it just wasn't there. It wasn't there. And then even then when I watched it again, I was like, oh, it's his standard WWF Jim Johnson song, I'm assuming, not the Rob Zombie one. It was weird. I don't understand why some of the pay-per-views have it and some of it don't.
It is weird. It is really weird.
I like that we cut to nearly 20 years later and he returns as some sort of fucking hero. You think you know me?
Yeah.
And that crowd went fucking bonkers. Not this time.
So, yeah.
Also,
It was.
Go on, Sully.
Now you first, mate.
Christian coming out at number 6 made me laugh because JR still referred
Yes.
to him as Edge's brother. And I was like, oh, no, I've not done this for years.
What fucking character was he this time? I swear Christian is a different person every time I fucking see him.
Who cares? At last he's on his own.
Just think.
But I love that Edge just dropped him that spear. I don't know about the rest of the crowd, but I popped for that. I was like, ha, that's some good shit.
Also, he had a very, very good entrance music. Just
not
that high
not that
pitch.
time. Oh, okay. I mean,
No.
it's not quite what he has afterwards.
That's good heel entrance music, that is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
It's not quite Mr. Wonderful. It's Mr. Wonderful. Remember the first time we heard that, Lee? God, Lee, that was amazing. On Hall of Fame weekend, they were just playing that for the whole week, me and you. Oh, blood. That's how we greeted each other. So bad. I don't know what number he came out at, Lee. You probably written down the order better than me. Who the fuck is Bill DeMont?
Bill DeMont, I'm glad you brought this up because I made
the fuck is that?
He's the former NXT head trainer.
Really?
Who got released for being an all-round cunt to people.
Brilliant.
Yes.
His wrestling career, I know nothing about. He jobbed out to Goldberg in WCW, I believe.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's as much as we should extend to that fucking idiot. So, yeah.
So, yeah. Build them on. Get in the fucking bin, mate.
Talking of bins, or trash cans as I know, Tommy Dreamer bought his own, full of shit. I love Tommy Dreamer. I love the fact they had to basically have him leave, probably, I reckon, earlier than he was supposed to, just because he was kicking the shit out of everybody. Like, oh my god. That man should not have a kendo stick. He was wailing on absolutely everybody. I reckon the guys in there just went, nah, fuck me, we ain't having any of this. No. Nobody told us Dreamer was going to bring all the shit with him. So I reckon they just popped him out. Like, no, you go. Because that was nuts.
Yeah, I had no notes about Tommy Dreamer.
They just went, like, they had to leave it because he was going to kill someone.
Sully, what were your thoughts on Tommy Dreamer back in the day?
Just he's Tommy Dreamer. He's generic, isn't he? Like, he's a good guy, but here comes the man with all his hardcore gimmicks, basically, wasn't it? As soon as you knew it was him with his generic music, here comes the trash cans. Here comes the kendo stick, and
this was quite
here comes
relevant. 2003. The thing is, he's still doing it now to this day.
Exactly. Yeah, like this is Tommy Dreamer forever.
I'm convinced that he's still wearing the same pair of jeans that he wore on that show in his most recent televised appearance. I don't remember where I've seen him, but I'm pretty sure this is still the case. Like, he's not changed in point. Yeah, and even then, underneath it, I'm guessing he's still wearing the same singlet underneath it or something like that. Yeah. Tommy Dreamer. Jokes aside, I think from what I remember of him on the Edge and Christian's show that reeks of awesomeness or whatever it's called, he's a good guy, isn't he? Like, I think there's a lot of people who appreciate him. I'm one of them.
Like, he's hilarious on the Edge and Christian podcast. Like, he was funny on that. He was funny on the show, which I'll never mention again now, because obviously Christian's moved to AEW.
No.
And that means Vince will finally get to blue dot him.
Yep. Do you think that's what it was? All these different gimmicks that Christian was having, like, literally every week. It was just like, oh, I can't put the fucking blue dot on him, so let's do as much as we can just to make him look stupid as hell.
Let's try and make him quit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it worked twice, so fair enough.
He's had 20 years to try and get himself over. He still couldn't do it.
After the highs of Tommy Dreamer, we now go to the lows of B Squared.
What?
We do. And is he no longer affiliated with Cena?
Yeah,
they seem to say that in the.
He's not by Cena. JR says he had a good run in the Rumble. It lasted 6 seconds.
Did really? Lovely.
6 seconds, and JR went, good hustle.
Brilliant.
It was a good outfit. It doesn't matter how long he lasted.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. However, just before that, you also did the commentator's curse of trying to tell me, here's Tajiri. Weirdest, stranger things have happened. Tajiri might win. He stood on the turnbuckle and gets knocked off immediately as he's speaking about that. I laughed. I was like, well done, JR. You did it against him.
I've already noticed at this point as well, Jericho is the cunt heel on this Royal Rumble.
Jericho is absolutely killing it in this Rumble. Bearing in mind, Dreamer smashed him in the face and cut him open with that kendo stick. So he's actually having to sit in the corner. And one camera angle, they just show it. Like, don't go to the wide camera while Jericho's literally just talking to the bloody ref in the corner, you dopey bastards. Like, go to a close-up of someone. Yeah, so he's having to take time out because Dreamer's just clocked him square in the face. But there were 2 times where I just went, Jericho's absolutely killing it in this Rumble. And I was like, he has to make Final 4, like, he's going to lock to there, and no. And then he just gets robbed later on. Like, what is this shit, man? I got a little bit pissed. I know. Then I had, again, correct me and please add other people in leagues. I didn't note it down as scientifically as you, but I had Matt Hardy version 1 come out, and I laughed at the fact, 2 facts. He strongly dislikes mustard, and he nearly falls over on his way to the ring. The fact he was in that weird slow motion as well because of the graphics is just so funny, man. He's just there going, it's like, he's going to go, man. Oh, that's good shit.
Yeah, he also gets a good pop as well.
Well, he's still Matt Hardy, isn't he? Yeah, still going to get it. And then Jeff gets a good pop and he comes out a couple of... But then, like,
Eddie Guerrero comes out after Matt Hardy.
Heat!
Gets no reaction.
Yeah. It's odd seeing Eddie get 0. Like, it's really, really weird. Considering how much he was loved before then. It was just a weird show. Where, yeah.
Well, he's everybody's current superstar's favourite wrestler.
So, yeah.
Him and Ray.
Jesus.
Him and 2-eyed Ray, not the 1-eyed version we got now on SmackDown in the tag.
No.
Old 2-eyed Ray, a decent one.
Full depth
perception Ray. Ray?
No, they ended that abruptly afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not watching these SmackDowns, Sully. I'll watch the ones from 2003. I'm watching these.
Which I'm so happy about.
I did notice on this week's SmackDown, they turned Buddy Murphy heel again, and basically called Aaliyah Mysterio a bitch, and that was it. End of conversation.
Wow. Okay. Oh, fuck you, Murphy. Okay. Sorry, Lee. We've digressed there. I was up around about Matt Hardy. I don't know who you've got sort of coming in.
So I've got Jeff Hardy enters at 15, beats up his brother in what was probably their best fight they've ever had. Because if you ever watch a WrestleMania match, oh my god, that's a swing and a miss. Moving on from that bit. You get John Cena in the Rumble?
John Cena, his Astros jersey is sick. Things like I didn't really understand why he was wearing that. He was in Boston.
Yeah,
still,
I didn't get it.
The Astros jersey is sick.
And just got freestyles and then jobs.
He takes his full 90 seconds as well. Not one member of the actual Rumble stops to listen to what he's saying. So he just does this whole spot, then gets in, and then just fuck up. It's brilliant. Is it Jericho that knocks him out?
Is he wrestling in his mom's jeans as well?
Oh my god, those jeans! I'm so glad he wears his jorts now. I reckon that was the day we must have looked at that back at that match and gone, "Why am I wearing these turned up jeans?" Like those are sort of jeans I would have to wear because I'm not very tall, so I would find it difficult to find trousers that fit me in the length. So I would buy jeans; they would be really baggy, and I would have to turn them up. You know, it's the reason why I don't really wear jeans now, Lee, and I wear skinny trousers. As you know, they're quite tight. It's not all about showing off the package. It's more to do with the fact that they'll be too long in the leg, and I don't want to have to turn up my trousers. But maybe I should have done because my idol John Cena did the same thing in 2003. So it must have been cool. I might bring him back. I'll put my really oversized jeans for next week's pod for you later on.
Right, please do, mate. I look forward to that.
Charles jeans.
Yeah.
If you could wear a pair in the Big Show jeans instead.
I reckon there would be room for you and me in one leg.
See what you can order up, Justin, man.
Oh.
Jesus.
So, you know the Astros jersey? Which city or state does that represent?
It's the Houston Astros baseball team. I assume it's that anyway.
I want to say, at that point, Cena was just beginning that kind of real big heel gimmick kind of heat that he was getting. So I'm pretty sure at that point, he was just wearing opposite cities' colours just to get him that heat. So I think that's what it was at that point in his career.
Yeah, maybe, because I remember he used to wear that city's colours, and that's what he wore when he was when he made his pay-per-view debut. He did wear that city's team's colours. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But if he's doing that, then shouldn't he have gone with like Lakers colours? If it's Boston, I feel like he should be wearing. Sure, maybe the Red Sox and Astros were rivals at that time.
Yeah, it might have been a bigger thing.
It's January. It was January. Baseball wouldn't even have been a thing at the time. But anyway, who gives a shit? I enjoy the fact that after that rap, JR actually uttered the words "word to your mother."
I missed that completely.
He went "word to your mother" because he hadn't got a clue what John had just said, and he went, I don't know, Jerry. Word to your mother. Yes.
John Cena certainly came a long way on the mic because when he was spitting those bars, it wasn't very good.
He said, apologies there. We may have had some technical difficulties, so if this editing seems a little bit strange, we do apologise. I'm blaming Sully. I assume his dad turned the internet off again.
A common theme, yeah.
It has definitely happened where his dad just turns the internet off for shits and giggles.
Just your bog standard 9:30 morning meetings, it's just all the time.
The standard scrambling around afterwards, lovely. So we've just had John Cena leave. Sully had thoughts on it. We didn't give a shit, so we left. So I believe it's Kane then that enters Lee?
Well, the next person of note to enter is Kane.
Yeah, because I've not really obviously noted anything down. I like the fact that he took RVD out. Like they had a little bit of kind of working together, and I just thought it was good storytelling throughout that Rumble. They'd set it up before, had the tag partners before, we'll help each other out, whatever. I thought it was good booking the way they knocked each other out. I was like, yeah, cool, I like that.
And then you couldn't be too mad at Kane because he literally told him beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind that they went through with it. I was also a little bit pissy when Chris got robbed and he gets knocked out. I love the fact that as he leaves, the person that enters as that happens is Maven. And he thought Edge didn't get a reaction.
Yeah. I'm just going to point out here as well, I wasn't pissing that Jericho got eliminated.
I mean, I was because I didn't really understand what was going on. So.
I was pissed by who he got eliminated by, which was fucking Test.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Test is one of the boys. He's no Fandango boy, Andrew.
Sure.
That is not. But fuck me, now we're really trying to push Test here. Throughout the whole of this time period.
How big is he, Lee? How big is he?
6.
Fucking every time. How big is he? Oh, jeez.
I was like, anyone but Test.
Yeah, but fortunately, you knew that it got to around about that time where I was like, everybody's just waiting until Lesnar turns up now. So as much as this Rumble's good, it got to a point I was like, everyone's just waiting for Lesnar to arrive.
Saying that, there is one big entrant before Lesnar.
Is it Taker or is Taker 30?
Taker's 30, and there is one at 28 as well. I didn't write down who was Jinder Money, unfortunately. I didn't get who was 27.
I've got 27.
Who's 27?
We've got Maven at 26. At number 27 was the amazing Goldust.
That wouldn't have been too bad.
That is solid Jinder Money. Because,
I mean, Maven would have been better, to be fair.
Yeah, that is ultimate Jinder Money.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 28, you've got Big Dave Batista.
Oh, of course, yes. Sorry, I didn't forget Dave was there. A man who I then thought was going to be final 2, but it didn't work out that way. I thought they were going to swerve a little bit.
Batista's so shit in 2002. No? You can't do a thing, man. He's just a big loser in 2002.
Didn't even have a good entrance.
Did you not ever come across his? Did you not ever come across his gimmick with Devon?
Deacon Dave.
Deacon Batista.
Yeah, Deacon Batista.
Dave,
yeah. Okay,
Deacon Dave.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we didn't really see him do anything, but we saw him standing next to a bunch of nooses. That was during that time, that pay-per-view.
Oh, it was Judgment Day, wasn't it?
It was fucking terrible. Thank God for Devon that day. Testify.
I imagine he was on Velocity a lot during that time period.
Oof. He probably was.
So yeah, we've got Batista at 28, doesn't do a thing. Then Brock Lesnar enters, and then it picks back up again. All I'm going to say is the F5 elimination to Matt Hardy.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah. If you need a man who's got to go through a door or a wall, like he did when Brock debuted, like Matt had to go through all the shit. If you need a man who's going to get F5'd out of a ring to fall on the other lad's side, okay, cool. To be honest, it'd be either him or Maven, wouldn't it? You only 2 people could do that.
Yeah, but they didn't want to hurt Matt Hardy. I'm pretty sure at Maven they just didn't give a shit. Like he just didn't exist. Then we've got Taker returns at 30 after I think it was 3 months out.
Something like that, yeah.
Big pop comes out as face, takes out Cena, Jamal, and Maven, which is revenge from last year. It was at this point I noticed that A-Train was in the Rumble, and for some reason he's a shade of orange.
Yeah, he didn't look right. I don't think it was even either.
Jaffa cake, didn't it?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't at all.
It's just like, what's going wrong here, Jason?
I think his hair. Yeah, I think because of his hair, everything just got stuck in the process. I'm guessing. I don't know how it works, to be fair, but yeah.
So much hair.
Shave your back, lad. Yeah.
So yeah, Kane eliminates RVD, which we've already discussed. Then we got the final 4 of Taker, Kane, Batista, and Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one note on this is I wish that we saw Kane versus Brock in this time period in a one-on-one match. There's some money to be made there.
Did we never get it?
I don't think we ever got it because Kane was on Raw and Brock was on SmackDown.
You're right. Yeah.
Because in fact, if you look at
scanning through,
the differences in Kane and Big Show, so 2 big guys wrestling, at least Kane could go.
Yeah.
Even Kane to Undertaker, you know me, Undertaker, I'm not seen many good matches for Undertaker yet in this. Like, it can't. Yeah, it doesn't really go. You need somebody to work with that can carry the matches.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think Kane can go. He's not bad.
Then the big final three of Kane, Taker, and Brock. And then the match was over in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it really was. There wasn't much
Okay.
else to it. So, yeah, fair enough. But when you think about it, I guess Lesnar had to win because I couldn't have seen it be Taker versus Angle. Like, because it's going to be Brock versus Angle, right? That's the belt we're going for, yeah. So that was kind of strange, and especially as Taker would have had to have won because I was the streak at Mania.
Yeah.
So were they just going to book that straight off? Where everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to win because of the streak." It's kind of a bit shit. But at least if you could book in Brock versus Kurt, it's not
I said Undertaker's got some much better booking at Mania than any world title can cover.
Oh,
Good.
yes.
Good.
Oh,
good.
Yes.
Has Undertaker ever actually won the title at Mania?
Yeah, he's won it twice.
Okay.
He beat. I did this the other week at yours, so let me try and get my.
He did indeed, which is insane.
Try and get my memories back. He beat Sid Justice or Psycho Sid. Can't remember what the gimmick was at the time.
I think it was Psycho Sid at the time.
And he beat Edge for the belt as well.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe a Batista match as well.
Okay.
Or Taker might have been champ going into that one.
Yeah. That's different. But okay.
But overall, really, I enjoyed the show. The Rumble I thought was really well put together, and there's some definite low points in the show now, which drags it down. Triple H, Steiner, and sadly Andy, I know you're going to bag on me for this, but the end, just the whole Dawn versus Tori.
Seriously, there were no fireworks there.
But then you had a really good Rumble match and Angle versus Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5.
I would probably agree. Again, it's getting its half star because he did have a women's match on there, so just get its half star.
With storyline going into it as well.
Exactly, it really did.
Yeah.
So probably about 3.5. But solid Rumble. 4 or 5 for Rumble. Please.
Sully, what you were
rating? Probably, I'm going to say 3.5 as well. The Rumble and Angle and Benoit, those matches just made the event as good as it could be. The rest of the show was just filler, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was,
if you just watch the last hour and a half, that's it. Yeah. That's all you need, really.
Yeah, that's it. But that's the case with a lot of Rumbles, really, isn't it? Like, you see Royal Rumble, you know what you want to watch, really.
Yeah, it's really hard to book a Rumble card because no one gives a shit about the other matches. You just want to see the Rumble match.
I'll say this is why I will, I know we're going back to present times here, but last year's Rumble, as well as the match, it was a good pay-per-view in general from what I remember. I want to say that Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin had an absolute stonker of a match. I think they were, that in the baseball stadium? Yeah, it was a really good match. It's very rare that you'll find, it's very rare that you'll find a good Rumble that includes a lot of matches in there. So, 3.5 sounds fair.
Yeah, because with Royal Rumble cards especially, it's normally a main event guy, but they don't want them going up against another main event guy because they need to fill
exactly.
So you kind of get like main event versus upper mid card, and then it's always an interesting dynamic because you kind of see if some wrestlers sink or swim. So Royal Rumble a few years ago, you actually had The Miz versus John Morrison when Miz was first WWE champ. So because they put everyone in the fucking Rumble.
Oh. 60-man Rumble.
Yeah. On that note, Andrew, do you want to wrap the show up?
I shall indeed. We are Champs Out Last. You can find us on all of your podcast networks. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio app, as I learned last week. Anywhere that you find your podcast, you should be able to find us. Search for Champs Out Last. You can find us on the socials, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just search for @ChampsOutLast. Give us a like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever it is. I don't care. We also have a YouTube channel apparently now, I believe.
Yep. No videos on there yet, but the page is set up.
Yeah, so if you want to check out some non-content, go have a look on YouTube. We've got the best channel around.
So you can like and subscribe on that, and that will really help us out, to be fair.
It will, and I promise you, if we get enough subscribers on there and the YouTube community violation levels allow it, I'll do one of these podcasts in Just Me Underpants in honour of Al Michaels. Oh my God, I've called him Al Michaels again. Al Wilson.
YouTube might allow it, but I won't. On this note, Sully, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Hope you join us again soon. We'll figure out a better system at some point.
Yeah, I might need to invest in a laptop in it. Yeah.
We're thanking you now. We don't know if this is really recorded. This might be a blooper reel for everybody. Me and Lee might spill this again. I say Lee, sorry. Jim Nance. Myself, Al Michaels, and Jim Nance. Thank you very much for this evening. We shall speak to you all next time for No Way Out.
Peace out.